Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. We are going to be doing our last two word processing assignments this week. And this is the last week of the quarter. And beginning next week, we're going to be using a different Google Classroom. So remember, this Google Classroom that you're in right now, as of Friday, is going to disappear. So all of the assignments and everything that might be missing, they're going to be gone. You won't be able to get them back. So on the week after, there'll be a new Google Classroom, and I've already sent out invitations for the new Google Classroom. So make sure that you've accepted an invitation. If you don't know where the invitation is or you forget, what you can do, and I will show you right here, is you can go to the school website. All right, so mtcps.org, and I have all the new classrooms up here. So you can go to Schools, Mount Clemens Middle School. Then you go down here where it says Mount Clemens Middle School Staff Listing, and here's all the teachers. So there's my name. Click on my name, and these are all the new classrooms. Okay, so these are the new ones. These are the group codes or the classroom codes for each class. So if you're in my first hour technology, this is your new code. So you would go up to, in Google Classroom, you'd go up to join. Let me close this for a second. If you go to the very first screen, to the plus sign, you would click on this and you'd go to join class, and then you would go ahead and use that group code or that classroom code, or you can click right on that code and it'll take you right there. Okay, so it's your responsibility to join the class. All of your assignments for the second quarter will be posted in there. So the sooner you get in that class, the better it'll be for you. Okay. Now for today, excuse me, we're going to do a little bit of practicing using our drawing tools in Google Docs. And it's kind of a fun project, and it's going to take a little bit of creativity. You're going to be creating a house, and you're going to be doing it in a certain way. Now, I do have the directions right here. Okay, so you guys will be following the directions. Now, the only thing, oh, that says a Word document. We want that to say Google. The only thing here is I've already done step number 2 for you, so I've already created a file, and it is in landscape format already, which means you turn up paper. So this is what you call portrait. This is what you call landscape. Okay, so I've already created a document that's in landscape, and I've already taken care of the margins for you, so you don't have to worry about that part there. Okay, this is the example of what I did. All right, and this is all stuff that can be done quite easily in Google Docs, and I'm going to show you and kind of walk you through the steps. The only confusing parts, or parts that might be a little more difficult, are when you get to starting to layer things on top of each other. They kind of sometimes, like, one shape will be on top of the other, and it'll seem like it's disappeared. But there's a couple of ways you can get around that, and I'm going to show you that too. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to put my blank page up here. Now I'm going to create my own doc, which is different than yours. So don't do it the way I'm doing it. All right, yours is already done. So I'm going to, and this is all I did. I went to page setup, I went to landscape, and I changed all my margins to 0.5. And I've already done that for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so my directions I'm going to put over here on one of my other screens. For you guys, you probably will want to split your screen, like so, but I'm not going to split my screen because I've got 3 monitors right here in front of me, so I put my instructions on one of the other monitors. Okay, so step number 1, go to page or file, page setup, adjust your margins. I already did that for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Step 3, you're going to type your name, the top left, activity 18. Boom. All right, you hit enter 2 times. All right, so step number 4. To easily view most of your picture at once, it says change the screen percentage to 50%. So if you want to see your whole screen, now I have a 4K screen in front of me, so I can see my whole screen. But if you're on a school Chromebook, or if you're on the school lab computers, if you put it down to like 75 or even 50%, you can see your whole screen a little bit better. All right, it's up to you. All right, I'm going to keep mine at about 90%. Okay, now we're going to be using the drawing features in the toolbar and the auto shapes. Now, what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to follow the instructions in the drawing feature, and I'm not going to insert each thing as a separate thing. I'm going to insert them all as one big picture. So basically, I'm going to create my picture within the Google Drawing section. And if you look at step number 5, it says, using the drawing toolbar and auto shapes, you're going to create a basic house and picture. You may create a Halloween haunted house or a Christmas gingerbread house or whatever. I mean, Halloween was yesterday, so the example one I created was a Halloween one. But, you know, you can do a Christmas house or whatever. You can make it however you want it. You're going to use auto shapes to create them. You're not going to use any lines, but you're always going to go to Insert Drawing New. So here's what your house must include. It must include a square house shape, a roof, at least one window, at least one door, a fence, a chimney, and then some sort of decorations. Now on my example one that I showed you guys, I also made the entire background a different color. So you can do that as well. I added some bats and I added a pumpkin just using the insert image feature that we've used before. Okay, so I'm going to go to Insert, Drawing, New. And basically, I'm going to create most of my picture right in here, and then when I'm all done in it, and it looks the way I want it to look, then I'm going to hit Save and Close and put that in there. And any extras that I want to add to them, like if I want to add, you know, Christmas decorations or Halloween decorations, I'm going to put those on top of what I've already created. And that's where it kind of could get confusing. So, all right, so basic square shape. So I go to the shapes, and obviously it's going to be a rectangle. So I'm going to create myself some sort of a square shape. I might want to make it a little bit wider. And I want to put it a different color. So let's make it like a darker orange type of color, brownish or whatever. Okay, so I got my square shape. I need a roof. So easiest way to do that is a triangle shape. Let's go to Shapes, go to Triangle, and I'm going to make a shape. And I'm going to fill it. Let's make it green. And now, basically, I can move it however I want to move it. So, and remember, the red lines show up to show you that it's lined up perfectly. So, there's a roof. And let's create a door. So, I'm going to go to Shapes. And I can draw the door right on the house, or I can draw it beside the house and then, you know, move it there. So, let's put the door off to the side a little bit, because I'm going to put a window right there. Can change colors. Let's make the door that color. Kind of a funky color. All right, I want to create a doorknob. So let's see. I'm going to go to a circle. Oop, there's a circle there. I'm going to create kind of a doorknob about that big, and let's make it black so it shows up easy. There it is. All right, let's do a window. You can do windows different ways, however you want to do them. There's a cool shape here that's a circle already, right here, that kind of looks like a window already, that's circular shaped. But I'm going to just do a rectangle or a square. Do something like that, and I'll leave it blue. Now, let's say I want to put like a crisscross in there. That's where I would use a line. So I click on the line. I can just draw a line straight down to the bottom there, and I can make it a little bit wider. Like so. Whoop, didn't want to do that one. And then I can do the same again. Across here. Boom. So that makes it a little easier. And I want to undo that. Okay, so far so good. So we've got our window, our door. Now, the fence. The way I did the fence is I used arrows. And you could use rectangles or you could use arrows. I just found the arrows were easier to do. So I went up here to Shape. And I went to the arrows that are this way. And here's the trick. So you draw your arrows first. You draw one arrow, all right? And then you want to make it whatever color you want it. So I'm going to choose brown, because that's a fence color. All right, so now I want to just repeat that arrow and put a bunch of them here. So here's what you do. You go on it, you hit Control C to copy it. And then you click off of it and you hit Control V. V, 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 V. All right, so I just made a whole bunch of them. And this is where it gets easy. You just kind of put it beside the house. You just kind of line them up. Follow the lines. The red lines help you. And then I'm going to show you a real cool trick to make the one on the other side really quick. So do this, and you know what? I'm going to I'll put one more there, and I think I have too many. So you know what? I'm going to get rid of this one. So let me get rid of this one. Click on it, backspace. So let's say I want to put this over here. What I can do is I hold the mouse button down, and I'm just going to choose all of them. Okay, I just chose them all. I'm going to hit Control C, and then I'm going to hit Control V, and it pastes an entire row. So then I can just line them up over on this side, just like that. So it does it perfectly. Now I have everything that it asks me to have except for a chimney. So I'm going to do a chimney now. So let's do a rectangle, but it'll be kind of a long rectangle like this. All right, and let's make it like a dark red. I'm going to move it over here, and now it looks a little goofy there. So if I click on the triangle, and if I right click on it, or I can right click on this. So what I want is I want this to go behind this one. So I right click on it and I go to Order, Send to the Back. Let's see what it does. It puts it behind there. So then it kind of shows up. So there's everything that I need. So what I'm going to do, maybe I'll put on my example, I put cloud or smoke coming out of the chimney. And all I did for that one is I went to callouts and I chose this one. Whoop. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's see here. Alrighty. Waiting for server to respond. There we go. Have a little bit of an internet hiccup. So I'm going to go to there, callouts, and choose this one. And it kind of looks like, and I'm going to make it white. Gray. I'll put it right here. And I'm going to send it. So I'll right click it. And I want to order, send it back to the back. And there we go. So now, I think if I hit save and close, it'll do it as one big picture. So let's hit save and close. Boom. And there we go. Now remember, you want to wrap the text and it moves it around as one whole picture. So you can kind of resize it however you want it. Whoop. I want it in the middle of the page. All right, so this is where it kind of gets fun. You can do some decorating. Also, notice I did not add any like ground to it. Let's make it smaller again. And put it like there. And there's my name and everything. So if you want, you can put like a green rectangle at the bottom to make like grass or whatever. If I want to change the background of the page, I go to File, I go to Page Setup, and the page color. So let's say I want to make everything blue, like sky. Then I can just kind of do that, hit OK, and there we go. So it changes everything there. All right, decorations. Let's say I wanted to do Halloween decorations. I go to Insert, Image, Search Web. Let's go Jack-o'-lantern clip art. And there we go. So let's do this one. Insert. Boom. Look at that. That's huge. So we want to adjust the size on it. We want to wrap the text like we always do. And maybe put it right there. And I think that looks pretty good. So let me zoom in on it. So that is one possibility that you could do. You can make yours fancier, you can make yours not fancier, it's up to you. But it does have to have a square shape for the base, has to have a roof, has to have a window and a door, a fence, and a chimney. Everything else, and a decoration of some sort. All right, so the rest is up to you. You can, well, some of the instructions are asking you, if you want to put in like a character that has like that's saying something or whatever, you don't have to. But that's the basics. So good luck. Go back to this, and then you would turn it in.